Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you, Paula? Are you okay?
Yes, and you?
Very well, thank you. Very well. Friends, here we are, another class, the last class this week. Uh, let's see if next week some things change for good. I mean, for good. So you finally can go out with friends and have a good conversation with your friends and things like that until the day that life comes to normal, right? One of these days, our life will come again to normal situation. Meanwhile, we have our classes. The homework that we had to be checked today was dealing with grammar. These days, remember, we are studying the modal verbs we use to express ability. So I would like to remind you the modal verbs we use when we, in English, want to express our abilities in present, past, or future. The regular sentence, a good example, is when I say, you can speak Spanish. You can speak English. I'm talking about your, linguistics abilities. I am expressing ability with can. Can, so, is the perfect modal verb to express ability. As everything in life, can has things that are very simple and things that are a little bit more complicated. So when I express ability in present, that's very easy. For example, when I say I can lift this table, lift, L-I-F-T, I can lift this table. I have that ability. Good. There is a synonym of can. Remember, the verb be, able to. So it is totally similar to say I can lift this table than to say I am able to lift this table. The same, because can is a synonym of to be able to. Right, that's good. No problem with present. The problems come when I speak about the future, because when we speak about the future, normally we use will. Will is another modal verb, and we never use two modal verbs together. Will can is something awful. But not only will, any other modal verbs. For example, imagine that I am making what? Speaking about the future, but I am not sure I'm going to speak about the future using possibility because I don't know. Remember that we express possibility using may, might, could. When I say, for example, it might rain tomorrow, see? It's a possibility. I am not sure. May, might, could. I cannot express anything with may, might, could plus can because they are two modal verbs and we never use two modal verbs together. See that? So we never say I will can. No, I have to use the synonym of can, which is able to. I will be able to do it. Don't worry, I will be able to finish the homework before the class. I will be able. I have to use a synonym because can after will is awful. The same thing happens in present perfect. I never say I have can or I have could. No, I have to use the synonym. I have been able to finish in time. I have been able to finish. No, I have could. Another problem. Sometimes when I speak about my past abilities, sometimes I can use could and sometimes I can't use could. If I refer the abilities that I have frequently in the past, could is perfect. When I was very young, I could run very fast. I could play with my siblings, something that I have the ability to do repeatedly in the past. Sometimes I was able to do something, but only once or twice in the past. It was not repeated. In that case, could is not appropriate. It is better to use. I remember when I was very young, I was able to, you see, it happened once or two. I was able to visit my aunt in New Zealand. It was just one. I could visit, no. I could visit if I did it frequently, repeatedly, but if not, I was able to visit my aunt who lived in New Zealand. This is something you have to keep in mind. And now, in general, I want you to know that in very formal situations, like in important conventions, important meetings where you are surrounded by important people, it is more formal to use able to than can. Yes, I'm able to solve this problem. This is very elegant and formal. Instead of I can, I am able to is very formal. It's very nice. Not in a bar, not in a pub, or not with friends. With friends and in normal condition, can is the ideal modal verb to express ability. That is what we studied. And that is exactly what we have on page, what page, my God? Yes, it is on page 170 in your books. You have all these explanation, but you have to study this by memory like I did in my time, because if not, you can forget it. Last class, we did some exercises. I think we did exercise 2, page 112. And today, in order to practice this, because if not, we forget we are humans, in order to practice expressing ability in English, we are going to do exercise 3, student's book, page 112. Let me have a look to this page. Here you are. See that? Models expressing ability, exercise 3. So we are going to do exercise 3 on the right hand of the paper. For questions 1 to 5, complete the second sentence so that it has a similar meaning to the first sentence, using the word given, don't change the word given, etc., similar to your exams. They give you one sentence and you have to complete the second, trying to make it as similar as possible to the initial sentence. In the spacing blank, you have limits of words, minimum 2, maximum 5. These are the limits you have. And you have to use cut in number 1. You have to use could in number 2. You have to use pick in number 3. And you have to use cater in number 4. If you analyze this expression, some of them are dealing with the vocabulary that we studied recently on page number 111. The phrasal verbs we studied on page 111. Cut is one of its expression. Pick is another of the phrasal verb. Cater is another of the phrasal verbs we studied on page 111. I'm going to give you, friends, some minutes for you to do it. Take it easy, right? When you finish exercise 3, send me a message for me to check it. Let's begin. Claudia, finished? Manny finished. Lydia finished. Very good. Very good, friends. Let's check this. It says, Mara hasn't succeeded in reducing the amount she spends. And you have to use cut. Mara has not been blank on the amount she spends. What? What is your answer in the blank? Well, for Andrea is able to cut. Money able, yes, able to cut. And for Frankie, able to cut. Lydia, able to cut. Claudia, able to cut down. Yes. Paula, able to cut down. Yes. Claudia and Paula have the perfect answer. It's not to cut, it's to cut down. Cut es cortar y cut down es reducir. ¿Ah? To cut down on the amount, reducir la cantidad de blah, blah, blah. Okay, so able to cut down. 4 words. Check it out, friends. Check it out. Mara hasn't been able to cut down on the amount she spends. 2, you were lucky that you didn't have an accident. You were driving so fast, and now you have to use could. You were lucky because blank an accident. You were driving so fast. What is it? You could have for money. You could have for Claudia. You could have had Paula. Paula has the perfect answer. Yes, Andrea, perfect. Lydia, perfect. Observe that, friends. You could have had. And now you have it completed. Podrías haber tenido. You could have had. This is the perfect answer. 4 words. You were lucky because you could have had an accident. You were driving so fast. 3, did you manage to collect my books from the library? And you have to use pick. Where blank my books from the library. What is your answer in the space in blank? You able to pick for Andrea? You able to pick up from Lydia? You able to pick up Frankie? And Paula, is you able to pick up? Manny, you managed to pick up? Claudia, you able to pick up? Yes, Manny, I understood, yes. Well, the correct answer is, were you able to pick up my books from the library? You able to pick up. Pick up, because pick is recoger. Okay, were you able to pick up my... one commentary. Money, manage. It's not that manage is not acceptable. You know, manage is acceptable, but please save manage for the occasion when you see that it was difficult to do it. Right. And in this sentence, I don't see anything. Because they use manage. Yes. Because they use manage. Yes, Manny, I understand. Because they use manage in the initial sentence. Did you manage to? Yes, you can use manage here. Manny, that's okay. That's acceptable. No problem with that. Sorry, friend. Now, number 4. The shop is not able to deal with so many customers at the same time, and you have to use cater. The shop blank a large number of customers at the same time. What did you write in the space in blank? Well, for Andres can't cater for, Frank is cannot cater for Claudia is can't cater for money can't cater with, no with money. Paula can't cater for. Yes, yes, friends, but there is, listen to this because it's interesting. There is one little element missing. There is one element. I want you to, yes, Paula, very good, Paula, such. Because, friends, observe that in number 4, they are giving you so many, sorry, when Cambridge uses so, Cambridge is expecting such. And vice versa. When they give you such, they are expecting so. So the perfect answer is, sorry, friends, the shop can't cater for such a large number, por un número tan grande, tan such. Because they use so in the initial sentence. So the answer is can't cater for such. The shop can't cater for such a large number of customers at the same time. Okay, excellent. Now let's go to exercise 4, which is, I think, in my opinion, friends, I think it's more difficult because you have to rectify or correct the mistakes of other people. And for me, at least, is something, troublesome, problematic, troublesome. Spanish-speaking exam candidates often confuse can, could, and able to. Correct the mistakes in these sentences, but once one of the sentences is correct. There are 8, one is correct. Check it out, be careful. For example, number 1, let's do number 1 together so you get the idea. I can't carry everything, so I had to leave. My God, the sentence is in past. I had to leave some things behind. So maybe it's not can't. Maybe it's couldn't. I couldn't carry everything. Or I wasn't able to carry everything, so I have to leave some things behind. I wasn't able to, or I couldn't, but never I can because it is in past. Right? Well, continue with number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And when you finish, send me a little message, right? Good. Manny finished. Lydia finished. Claudia finished. Very good, friends. And it is not easy, you know. But what about the rest? What about, for example, Andrea? And what about well, Manny finished. What about Mike? Mike finished. Very good. And Frankie Boy? Paula finished. And Paula Herrera? Okay, Andrea finished. Paul Herrera finished. Hi, friend. Paul Herrera finished. Very good. Very good. Well, don't be timid. Don't be shy, friends. If your answers are not correct, you learn. That is what we are doing in this class, learning. You don't have to know everything. Well, in number 2, I was very happy that I could meet all your friends when I visited you last month. So here we are expressing the ability I had last month when I met your friends, but it happened only once. So could, maybe it's not the appropriate in number 2. What is your solution for this? Was able to, Lydia, was able to, Frankie Boy, was able to, Paula, and Paul Herrera also was able to, Claudia was able to. Yes, friends, you are correct. Yes, 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 Andrea, I was able to meet. I was very happy that I was able to meet all. Yes, that's correct. Number 3, I'd be grateful if you can advise me about which book to buy. I would be grateful if you can advise. Well, this is a conditional. This is good for Lydia, good for Paula, good for Claudia, and for Frankie is good. Paula Herrera, yes. Manny, good, yes, exactly, because this is a conditional. Imagine, friends, imagine you will be able to advise. I would be, yes, why not? Will is acceptable, yes, because let me see. No, will is not possible here, friends. Will, Andrea, is not possible. You know why? Because this is a conditional. And remember that in the condition, if blah, 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 in that part of the condition, we never use would. In the conditional, if blah, 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 we can use only present, past, or past perfect. Never will, never would, right? The will or would is in the other part. Yes, Andrea. Will or would is in the other part of the sentence. This number 3 is conditional type 2, right? Conditional type 2. The condition is in past, could, if you could advise me. And the other part is with would. Yes, I would be grateful. Yes. So this is conditional 2. The sentence in the condition, if blah, 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 has to be in past. The past of can is could. Now, I'm really pleased to hear that you could come to visit me next month. What is the problem in number 4, friends? You will be able to come. Yes, I'm really pleased to hear that you will be able to come to visit me. Yes, this is a possibility. We'll be able to come. We'll be able to, Frankie. And Paula, the same will, Paula Herrera, will be able to come because I have 2 Paulas in this class, which is fantastic. Very good. This is the answer. I'm really pleased to hear that you will be able to come to visit me next month. 5, it would be much easier. This is a conditional again with would. With would. It would be much easier if we can find information on the internet. What is the solution here? Similar to the other one. Could Lydia? Yes. Could Paula? Yes. Andrea? Yes. Very good. Frankie Boy could. Claudia Varela could. Yes, friends, perfect. Very good solution. Let's go to 6. We could find the restaurant because it was advertised on the internet and we had a nice meal there. What is the problem here, if there is any? Si hay alguna. If there is any. What do you think? What is the problem in number 6, if there is any? Well, we're able to for Lydia, and we're able to for Frankie Boy. Money were, yes, we're able to. Not only we're able to. Yes, very good, friends. The solution is to change could for were able to. We were able to find a restaurant because it was advertised, blah, blah. Yes, yes, very good. No problem, Manny. 7, we hope you'll be able to offer us a discount if we stayed in a hotel for 2 weeks. What is the problem here? Yes, Paula, yes. Frankie, yes. Claudia, yes. Very good, Lydia, Andrea. Yes, it is correct. Nothing to do in number 7. This is perfect. It's a conditional. You see, the condition, if we stay, is in present, and the other part is in future. This is conditional number 1. Perfect. 8, we should take a trip to London and visit the many shops that could be found there. And here, friends, what's the problem if there is any? Well, for Frankie is can, no could, but can. For Claudia is can, and nobody else. Okay, but this is correct. It's not that could be found, it's that can be found. Can be found. Very good. This is not the end of this problem. I still need you to practice more. So let's go to the workbook, page 40, everybody. Let's go to the workbook, page 40. Let's see, workbook, this here, this exercise here, page 40. Grammar, modal expressing ability. I repeat, this is page 40 in the workbook. Exercise 1. Complete these sentences with can, could, or the correct form of able to. In 3 of the sentences, there are 2 possible answers, so write both. Sometimes you have more than one possibility. Number 1 is the example. Analyze the example and continue with sentences 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 sentences. Let's do the 8 sentences and send me a message when you finish. Take your time. Don't go rush. Lydia finished. Claudia finished. And Frankie, and Andrea, and Mike, and Manny. Very good. Well, let's check. Let's check the answers. In number 2, it says it is negative because you have not, between parentheses, swim till last year. Until then, I was nervous about going in a boat. What? What did you write in the space in blank? Couldn't for Andrea, wasn't able to swim for Mike, Lydia couldn't for Claudia, and for Frankie, boy couldn't. PV is couldn't. So I'm going to call PV for Paula Varela. I'm going to call PH for Paula Herrera. So it's clear. PV couldn't. Friends, I have the answers here from Cambridge. And you know, Cambridge accepts I wasn't able to or I couldn't. Cambridge considers that both answers are good. So here all the answers are good. Couldn't, wasn't able to swim, correct. Let's go to number 3. I blank see Sarah in the distance. She'll be here soon. And what about here in number 3? What is your answer? Can for Andrea, can for Lydia, can for Frankie boy, can for Gloria, Manny can. Yes, yes, excellent. PV can, yes, very good. So I can see Sarah, very good. 4, I've made the main course for dinner, but I've been talking on the phone, so I, negative, make the dessert yet. This was difficult in other classes. Haven't been able to, Lydia. Andrea, haven't been able to make for Andrea. And for Frankie, haven't been able to. For PV, me too. That is, haven't been able to. Yes, friends, yes. I haven't been able to make, yes, Claudia, haven't been able to make the dessert yet. 5, when I was 14, I blank ran from my home to the school in 4 minutes. Good for Lydia, good for Andrea, good for Frankie boy, good for Claudia. Yes, friends. Mike could, correct, could. I could run. Now let's go to 5. Sorry, to 6. Blank, you speak Chinese by the end of the course next month? It is future. Will you be able to, Andrea? Were you able to, Andrea, sorry, were you able to? Will you be able, Mike? For Frankie Boy, will you be able to? Claudia, will you be able to? Lydia Torrijos, will you be able? PV, will you be able? Yes, friends. Yes, yes. Will you be able to speak Chinese? Yes. 7, I blank go to last Saturday's match in the end because my friend had a spare ticket. What about here? What is the perfect solution? Could for Andrea, was able to for Lydia, was able to for Mike and Frank. Claudia Barrera, both. No, Claudia, was able to PV. Yes, it is only one possibility because it is not something that I do every Saturday. It happened only one Saturday because my friend had the spare ticket. If not, it was impossible. So as it happened only once, was able to is the perfect. Could is if that happened repeatedly. 8. My brother blank usually fix the computer when it goes wrong. You have usually, so it is present. Can usually for Lydia. Can usually for Frank. For PD is can usually. Yes, yes, can usually is perfect. My brother can usually fix the computer when it goes wrong. Very good, friends. Well, that's all. I don't want to continue with more practice. I have more exercises, but it can be boring, you know? And I don't want you to feel bored with our classes. So let's change the topic. Next class, I don't think it's next class, maybe is the second class next week, very possibly. Not the first class, not on Tuesday, but on Thursday next week we are having our examination, I think. Let's see. Yes, I think it's going to be on Thursday next week when we are going to take our mock test number 5. Imagine that, what a moment. So next Thursday, we are going to take our mock test number 5, and I need to prepare you for that because for me it's very important that you pass my exams. I know by experience that if you pass my exams, it means that you are prepared for passing the real exam. But we need to prepare for that. I want to practice a little bit of use of English today, not much because of the time. We are going to practice one part of the use of English, and let's imagine, friends, that this is a real exam. So take it seriously. Try to make your best, right? Do your best with this exam. I'm going to attach to the chat the exam. It was an exam years ago. Let's see, because the results of that exam were not good. Let's see what happened this year with you. I'm going to attach it. Give me just some minutes. Here you have the first part, which is the text, because always use of English in all your exams. Part number 1 is a text with the spaces in blank that you have to fill in, but they give you options A, B, C, D. I'm going to attach the second page, the page with the options. And here you have the options. You have to choose A, B, C, or D. You can use your dictionaries today because we are practicing. And the idea is that you get more vocabulary, that you practice and practice, train and train. Anyway, I will send these 2 pages to your WhatsApp group. Mike finished the exam. And Claudia, PH, finished. Paul Herrera, PH, finished also. PV, finished. Frankie Boy. Okay, let's check the answers. Because Lydia finished too. So let's check the answer. Desperate to go to school. Truancy has been, truancy, maybe you look it up in the dictionary. Es el, how do you say in Spanish? Ausentismo, el ausentismo escolar. That is the truancy. Truancy has become a, this is the example. Letter A, serious. A serious problem in many schools in recent years. In an attempt to tackle this problem, one school introduced a new scheme to, what about number one? What is your letter? What letter did you choose for number one? A, B, C, or D? For Mike is letter D. For Manny is letter D. For Lydia is C. For Frankie Boy is letter C. For PVC, Andrea C. And the answer, according to Cambridge, is letter C. Encourage. A new scheme to encourage students to attend as many classes as possible. Pupils who, number two, what is your letter? C for Frankie. Lydia D. Andrea C. Manny C. Mike C. Friends, it is letter C. Yes, achieved. Pupils who achieved a 100% attendance record throughout the whole academic year were blank. What is it in number three? What is the letter? For Andrea is A, for Manny is A, for Frankie Boy is letter D, for Lydia is A, for Mike is A, for PV is letter D. Friends, in number three, according to Cambridge, is letter A, rewarded, were rewarded, eran premiados, were rewarded with an all-inclusive weekend, all-inclusive, con todo incluido, all-inclusive weekend school what? Weekend school what? Number four. D for Manny, D for Andrea, D for Mike, and PV B, and Lydia B, and Frankie Boy B, and the answer is B, trip. Weekend school trip to an activity center where they would be able to have a go at blank activities. 5. For Frank is letter D. For Andrea is letter D. For Lydia is letter D. Nobody else? One more answer. Mike is letter C. And for money is letter C. Well, friends, in number 5 is letter B, outdoor. To have a go at outdoor activities such as climbing, abseiling, and whitewater rafting. One student was so to qualify, was so what in number 6? Well, C for Andrea, D for Lydia, and C for Frankie Boy. Manny considers that is letter C. And no more answers. Well, nothing happens because it is keen, letter D. One student was so keen to qualify for this free weekend away that he even went to school with a broken wrist. He hurt his wrist when he fell blank his bike. Number 7, letter B for Lydia, B for Andrea, B for Frank. For Mike is letter B in number 7. For Paula, I'm sorry, PV is letter B because I have 2 Paulas. For PV, Paula Varela is letter B. No. Why B? Let me have a look at B. Wait a sec, because it's not B, ¿saben? It's not B in number 7. B down, fell down. No, his bike. Fell down is not a mistake, but his bike se cayó. No se cayó, se cayó de su bicicleta. So it's letter C, Claudia, yes. It's letter C of fell off his bike. Se cayó de su bicicleta. Eso es fell off. Y fell down es cuando te cae al suelo, pero no de algo. Si me caigo de la mesa, fell off the table. Si me caigo de la cama, fell off the bed. Si me caigo sin nada más, es fell down. Aunque fell tiene ese problema. Ok, pero de ahora en adelante recuérdenlo. ¿Sí?
Jerry,
Yes.
in number 6, you said the correct is letter D, keen. And what is the meaning of keen? ¿Afilado?
No, entusiasta, que le entusiasma.
Ok.
Con keen, chicos, hay 2 preposiciones, ¿saben? Keen on, cuando yo soy un entusiasta de, I am keen on tenis, es que me entusiasma el tenis, soy entusiasta del tenis, keen on. Pero cuando a mí lo que me entusiasma es hacer algo, es con to. Tengan en cuenta esto, chicos. Keen on, cuando digo qué es lo que me entusiasma, y keen to es estoy entusiasmado a hacer, porque después de to viene una acción, a hacer algo. Okay, good. Good question, friend. Now, number 7 is he fell off his bike on the way to school, but he was so worried about blank, his 100% attendance. What is it in number 8? A, B, C, or D? For Frank is B. For Andrea, B. For PV, B. For Gloria, B. Lydia, B. Manny, B. And what about for PH? Paula Herrera, I'm waiting for you, friend. Tell me something. Tell me hi, good morning, good afternoon. Tell me something. Paula. Paula Herrera.
Yes, I am here.
But you are Paula Varela. No? Or Paula Herrera?
Herrera.
Friend, tell me something. What is your opinion in number 8?
I didn't know this.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Next time, write any letter for me to know that you are there, Paula, right? Because sometimes I don't know if you are in the class or not. Hi, Paula.
Okay.
Okay, good. Well, I want you to know, friends, that in number 8 is letter B, maintaining. I repeat, he was so worried about maintaining his 100% attendance. Él estaba tan preocupado de mantener su 100% de asistencia. You see, 100% attendance. That is the idea of this, that he didn't blank his teachers or parents, he didn't what in number 9? A, B, C, or D? For Claudia is A, for Andrea is A, for Frankie Boy is A, for PH is A, thank you, Paula. For Lydia is A, for PV is A. Yes, friends, it is letter A, tell. He didn't tell his teachers, he didn't tell his parents until the school day had finished. He, number 10, blank, admitted to his mother. What is it in number D, in number 10? Well, it's A for Frank, it's A for Andrea, it's A for PV, it's A for Lydia, but not, friend. This is not the answer. No, no. Ah, yes, Claudia, letter D, yes, eventually. He eventually admitted, eventually, friends, is a synonym of, in the end, finally. So you can consider that eventually is a synonym of finally, but you know what? In English, we use more eventually than finally. Not many people say finally, but most people say eventually. The meaning is the same. Pero al final, but eventually, he eventually admitted to his mother what had happened when she blank that he was having difficulty eating. In number 11, what is your letter? D for Andrea, D for Frankie, and for Claudia also letter D. Manny considers that letter D is perfect. Lydia, letter D. And PH, thank you, P, letter D. Yes, friend, letter D is noticed when she noticed that he was having difficulty eating his dinner and asked him what was wrong. She took him to hospital that night where they put his arm in plaster and he was able to go back to school the next day. Fortunately, he was fully blank from his accident. You have from, the preposition from. What is the verb in number 12? A, B, C, or D? For Frank is D, for Claudia is A, for Andrea is A. Frank is not very sure. He said D because he's not sure. PV is A. Friends, A is correct. Yes, Mike, A is correct. Recovered. He was fully recovered from his accident in time to go on the trip. Wow, what an exercise, friends. Can you imagine in the exam some years ago, the results were not very good with this part of the exam, you know, because it's difficult. But if you had problems, for example, with number 7 or number 8 or number 4, analyze it when you have a chance. Yes, that is the idea. Analyze it. Why? Because you learn from this. Now we are going to the book, student's book again. Let's go to the student's book, but this time we are going to page 117. 117. Here. Vocabulary exercise. Read the text and decide which answer, A, B, C, or D, best fits each gap. Again, similar exercise. See that? But this time the vocabulary is dealing only with the topic in unit number 10 that we are finishing. Only the vocabulary in unit number 10. According to recent research, teenagers are very, and in number 0, it is letter B because this is example sensitive. Teenagers are very sensitive to price. They hunt for, and then you have to continue selecting A, B, C, or D. I'm going to give you some minutes. Take it easy. Use your dictionaries, and when you finish, send me a message. Only exercise 1. Lydia finished. Andrea finished. Manipola and Frank, yes, they finished. Let's check this. Listen, I want you to know that in number 1, the correct answer is letter C. Check it out. Friends, in number 2, the correct answer is letter B. Letter B. Pop into. In number 3, the correct answer is A. Letter A. I have a lot of, I'm sorry, I think in number 3 is not letter A, you know, friends, sorry. It is influence, letter D. Parents have a lot of influence, both over how, yes, it's letter D, number 3, I'm sorry. In number 4 is letter A, earned. In number 5 is letter B, achieved. In number 6 is letter B, competitive. In number 7 is letter B, catered for. And in number 8 is stock, A, stock. So these are the answers of this exercise. What about the homework? Well, I am sure you received in your WhatsApp group a text. The title is Berrak, a pianist, reading comprehension. So you have to read the text and answer the questions for next class. This is going to be your homework. Have you received the WhatsApp group message? Check it out, friends. Good, Lydia, you receive it. Andrea, you receive it. Very good, friends. Thank you, Claudia and Manny. Thank you very much for the feedback. So this is the homework, friends. Now we are going to finish, and I wish you the best of the weekend. Enjoy the weekend if possible. And if you have a chance, do the homework. Remember that next week we are having an exam, not the first class. No. In the second class next week, right? So begin studying use of English, principally use of English exercises in the book and all the use of English that we have done together in extra papers. Study all the cases, study the mistakes you made possibly, and then you will have a good result, right? Thank you very much, friends. Have a beautiful weekend. See you next week. Bye-bye.
See you Thursday.
Bye.
Bye-bye, kids.
Bye bye.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
Bye-bye.